show. That's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks, to the episode you've all been waiting for, and God knows I've been waiting for it. The Notre Dame Ohio State preview. How Notre Dame can beat this team edition of the Always Irish Show. I've been keeping it together real calm and professional like earlier in the week, and I'm about empty on that. This is a big one, folks. Moments and opportunities and dynamics like this don't happen all the time in college football, and Lord knows they don't happen to Notre Dame a lot, at least not recently. This is different. This is special. As always, thank you for being here. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps old Johnny Boy out as well. Notifications on it way you alerted every time a new episode drops. I know you don't want to miss it. Twitter. Search bar, Always Irish Rat. Always Irish 8. Emails, alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. I'm behind on emails, man. I'm sorry, bro. I feel so bad for you guys. Like, I want to be able to get back to everybody right away. All the nice people, man. It's a good problem for the brand that after every game, I got 50 more emails of people who want to talk about it. I'm having trouble keeping up. Please don't be offended. I don't mean to, diss anybody, all right? Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it in your ear holes. The call-in lines are popping this week, baby. 312-988-15. You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. Instagram, Facebook, Always Irish Inc. USA Today, Irish Wire, read all about it. We got Notre Dame, Ohio State coverage out the wazoo. John, I couldn't fall asleep. I'm having a rough week sleep-wise, a lot in my mind. I was tossing and turning late last night. I just hopped out of bed, wrote 2 more articles, posted them. So I don't know when they're going to go live on the site, but my wheels were spinning. I put it on paper, man. This is a week that's been on my mind forever. And one of my biggest anxieties through the summer leading into this was I didn't want to get ahead of myself building up this dynamic and ignoring the fact that Notre Dame had a month of games to play before Ohio State and the realization that if any of them are lost, the vibe's dead. It would not be the same vibe if Notre Dame caught a loss before this game. So I've been envisioning this build-up, but Notre Dame had to make it a reality, and they've done their part on that, okay? So good on them for making this even possible to have the scene that it's going to be in this beautiful stadium you see behind me, all lit up here on Saturday night. Good job by Notre Dame making this a reality. The other thing is, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, Notre Dame's on the upswing with recruiting. There's just momentum in the program. You feel it. I say all the time, man. I don't just think Notre Dame. I feel Notre Dame. There's momentum here. There's program momentum. People feel good about the quarterback. They feel good about the young head coach. You got Deuce. You got a good recruit quarterback. You got Gerby Lambert, an offensive line key cog. There's a lot more recruiting and some rumblings of good things happening this weekend at the game. Everything's trending up. Everything's trending up. And that is so rare for Notre Dame that you have a confluence of circumstances and events that all kind of build you this ramp into what Saturday night could be for Notre Dame and Notre Dame fans and the program. I am not exaggerating. It's the biggest home game vibe I've felt since Bush Push. Some people are even going all the way back to 93 Florida State. 2012, that 2018, and nothing felt like this. Just different dynamics. None of that felt like it. 2012 was great. I was at the Michigan game, the goal line stand game, all that was great, but it didn't have this vibe. It ain't this vibe. It's different. It's different. Okay? And there is renewed hope because Notre Dame's built differently. And that's the other big picture part of this. I acknowledge and I understand all of our big game failures and that history and that record and the bowl games and all of it, the running memes making fun of us. It's all true. Notre lame, Notre shame. Yeah, I get it. Why are they on the main TV tonight? I get it. It's been my miserable existence my whole adult life. Notre Dame failing on the big stage. There's nothing that's going to change those narratives until Notre Dame wins these type of games. That's it. There is no other way out, folks. The only way out is for Notre Dame to win these games on the big stage. And we just haven't done a good job. We just haven't done a good job. And that needs to all change. Okay? So it's a huge week for Notre Dame and a big chance to start changing that national narrative. Can they do it? I don't know. We got to wait and see. All right. But this is bigger than just one game. This is way bigger than just one game. This one game, if the result goes Notre Dame's way, it could be a fulcrum, a turning point for this program into the modern playoff era in the 12-teamer. This could be Notre Dame's ascension from very, very good, top 10-ish, into getting into the discussion of trying to be considered elite. Okay? It's a big damn deal. It's a big damn deal. I want to talk about some keys to the game here. What's most important to get Notre Dame a win, how I'm seeing some of these big matchups, what Notre Dame's got to do. It's going to be a tough game. Nobody is saying Ohio State doesn't have talent and they're not. Nobody's saying that, not on the Notre Dame side. It's a matter of where I feel like Notre Dame has the advantage is in the most important position in individual sports, and that's the quarterback. And that's where I'm at in my mind. I acknowledge Ohio State has more star talent overall recruiting. There's no doubt they are going to have the more talented sideline star to star recruiting ranking. But I feel like Notre Dame has an advantage where it matters the most, and that's the quarterback, the most important individual position in all sports. Notre Dame should have the advantage. How much does that balance out the ledger? I don't have the answer to that. Their overall talent, but me feeling like we have an advantage at the most important spot, I don't know. And again, I'm going to go back to the vibes. That's a real thing. The vibes are off the charts with Notre Dame for all the reasons we mentioned. You're undefeated. Everybody likes to coach, unlike the last one. The quarterback you feel good about. Notre Dame scoring a bunch of points. Green out. Game days. ESPN's going to be there. Oh, you got an LED light up. All of it. It's all of it. All of it. This buildup is the real deal. This buildup is the real deal. Let's get into this. Here's number one. Both lines. Starts and finishes there every game for me. I'm an old school guy. Our D line and our O lines have to hold up or Notre Dame's losing a game. And all summer and after the first few games Notre Dame's played, I've been saying, don't even ask me what I think of the O-line and the D-line. Ask me on the post-game show after Ohio State. That's when I'm going to know if this is the real deal or not. This is where I'm going to know if you're the real deal or not. Irish Illustrated had this stat. I heard it yesterday. Last year, Ohio State ran it 17 times on first down. 16 of those runs were considered high-efficiency runs. Notre Dame's dead if you do that again. If you're going to let those guys run it on early downs for 3, 4, 5, 6 yards clip, Notre Dame's done. You're dead. You're dead. And then on the pass plays, you don't have to sack McCord 7 times. What you got to do is speed up the clock in his head and mess up their whole plan. I'm not saying you need to get home every time. You need to speed this guy's clock up in this hostile environment, and you need to make him feel in the shadows coming behind him. If you give that guy time to sit back there and scan and read and look, those guys are going to get open on the back end. Fleming, Abuka, Harrison, we all know. You don't have to convince me they're great and they're athletic and they're fast. I get it. NFL guys, I understand that. There's nothing you can do about how good those guys are. You got to mess up the whole plan of it getting to them. Good against the run. Dial up the pressure on McCord. Even if you don't get home, you got to make him uncomfortable. You have to. Notre Dame must disrupt the Ohio State passing game for any of this to go to plan. You got to disrupt it. Cannot give that guy time to cook back there. Number two, so that's number one. It's the most boring thing in the world. O-line, D-line play. And historically, Notre Dame's been awful in those areas in the biggest games where it matters. The run game couldn't do diddly poo. Oh, O-line you, and then we play Georgia and you rush it for 52 yards, and that's O-line you? Yeah, no, that ain't a O-line you. If you're O-line you play your best against the best teams in the biggest games. That's my requirement for O-line you, not running it for 800 yards against Central somebody, and then in the biggest games of the year you get worked over. No, that ain't no O-line you. That ain't O-line you. So both those lines got to be good for Notre Dame to be in this game. Number two, Sam Hartman needs to be the difference maker for Notre Dame. Push Notre Dame over the top. Be that difference. Be the biggest part of what's been missing from Notre Dame in all these recent big game matchups. These are the games why Sam Hartman is here. Sam Hartman wasn't looking at Notre Dame's schedule, determining where to transfer. You know what? I'm excited to go play Central Michigan. That ain't it. This guy is here to play well in games like this. We need to see that come to fruition, okay? That calm, that collective nature, under control of the offense, like it's not a panic, smooth operator, knowing where to deliver, all of it. His calming, permeating, calm presence of we got it under control. That needs to be the vibe all night. Sam Hartman needs to be the difference. That is why he is here. Otherwise, it's pointless. Like, I'm being honest with you guys. You don't need Sam Hartman to beat most of the teams on Notre Dame's schedule. He is here for these games. He is here for these games. Make it worth it, man. This is your time to shine and put that NFL film out. Okay? Number three. I've been hearing all week these talks of Notre Dame secondary being the best in 20 years and one of the best in the country. We're going to test that theory, aren't we? We're going to test that theory. I've been hearing nothing but great about these guys. And best since Vontez Duff in 2002 or 3, whatever that was and all this. You're going to be tested, and these guys need to ball out. You need to play your best game this Saturday night. You want to talk about being a Notre Dame legend? How about Benjamin Morrison? How about a Clemson repeat performance on the big stage at home against an elite ranked team? I'm not saying Clemson was elite when we were playing them last year, but their ranking was 8-0 and number 4. So I need those guys to have the game of their life. You are going to be fully tested. If you make one false move, these guys are getting behind you and it's 7. Notre Dame secondary has got it. They've been getting a lot of credit for being the best we've had in a long time. I need you to back that up with your play Saturday evening, fellas. Number 4, big plays. Who shifts momentum? Who gets a pick 6? Who's getting a scoop and score? Who's getting an 80-yard chunk play touchdown? Which team makes those game-changing plays? That is how these big games are won, man. Somebody needs to bust it open with a big play. Who shifts that momentum? What are the dynamics when it happens, and when is it happening in the game? Which side is going to alter the course of this? Number 5, who flinches? Who flinches? Historically, much to my depression, it's been us. It's been us. We get it hit in the mouth, we fold, we cave. We come into the game looking scared or unprepared or not properly motivated or timid or whatever it is. We have a historic track record of flinching first in these moments. Oh, John, what do you mean? I don't know. 17 Miami. Oh, I don't know. 19 Michigan. Both of those games were lost before they were even kicked off. Notre Dame wasn't mentally prepared to enter those environments. And it showed, and those games were lost before the ball was even kicked. Notre Dame, for whatever reason, has been bad at flinching first, caving to the environment. This time it's different. This time it's different. We're at home. We have the QB. We have the crowd. We have the coach everybody likes. Notre Dame's putting up a lot of points. This team's capable of more offensively than they've been in 20 years. It all lines up. Make them flinch first. Hit them in the mouth and make them react to it instead of always the other way around in a big game. Those are some of my keys. What are some of yours? How do you see this game playing out? High scoring, low scoring, one score game? Do you believe in Notre Dame up front? Do you believe in Notre Dame up front on both sides of the ball in a game of this magnitude against this level of talent? I want to, but I got to stay true to what I said all summer. I'm not going to have an opinion on whether those guys are the real deal till after Ohio State. Then we'll know the truth. We'll know the facts. Those first 4 weeks aren't giving me the full story. We're going to know on the post-game show what's real and what ain't. What about the mindset? What about the mindset? Brian Kelly failed at this repeatedly. He was an anti-motivator. He sucked at it. He was bad at it. It seemed like the more he tried to get our guys into the game, the worse we played. He was terrible at motivating our guys for these moments. Freeman's got a different vibe, though. Freeman's on a different level connecting with his players. Freeman's on a different level with the way he communicates. Freeman's on a different level with the way that he analyzes the mind and how to get these guys in the right zone. Can Marcus Freeman press those Lou Holtz buttons and have our guys out of their minds on fire, but also at the same time under control? This is the game to live on that edge. You are going to need to live on that edge in this game. You need to be keyed up to the gills, but under control. I need everybody at 100%, like jacked up rate for this. Under control, though. 18 penalties the last 2 weeks is too much, even though the officiating has been garbage. That's too much. You got to clean that up this week, even though I realize the refs will be against us. You got to clean that up. 18's too many in 2 weeks. Okay? But all of these things just kind of build up. And I want to know your predictions. Let me know how you see it going. Not just the score. Give me the feel. I want to know how you're feeling your way through this game and this dynamic. What are you envisioning it looking like? When you sit there on the couch or lay there at night this week to go to sleep, what's going through your mind? What's the Notre Dame film tell you that's playing? I want to know. I want to know. And here's how I'm going to wrap this up. Being a guy who spends a lot of time doing this, you know, I've had this show for 5, 6, 7 years now, whatever it's been. And being the guy that's doing this show, you feel the Notre Dame vibes. Like they're just, you feel it. When you have a pulse of the fan base and you're reacting to stuff and seeing how they react to your articles and your YouTube content or whatever. Vibes, man. I'm a big vibe guy. I'm telling you, the vibes are right on this one. The vibes are right on this one. It's all right there for Notre Dame to start changing this narrative from Notre Dame's very, very good to cracking into the bottom tier of that elite. There's only one way you're going to get there, and it's winning a game like this. But I'm telling you, if ever there was a set of circumstances that favored Notre Dame in this environment, these are it. These are it. The quarterback, the coach, undefeated, scoring a lot of points. Night game. They got a new quarterback that hasn't been tested in this environment. They're on the road. You got it all, man. You got it all in this beautiful house Rockney built behind us. And I'm telling you, I think the ghosts of Frank and Newt are going to be they're going to be paying attention. They're going to be in that locker room this weekend. They're there. They're there. And there might just be a little Notre Dame magic they got left in them. And they might bestow it upon this team and this coach and this quarterback and this vibe. This is not just one game for Notre Dame. This is an opportunity to draw a line in the sand that says all that old big game Notre Dame fail stuff is dead, buried, and in the past. Went down to the swaps with Kelly. Whatever you want to call it, it's over. It's over. All of those narratives have to stop somehow, somewhere, some way. Make it this night. Make it this night. It all feels too good. Make it this night. Knock Ohio State down a peg. Shut them up. And make everybody in the country know this is a new Notre Dame. This is a different Notre Dame. This is a more capable Notre Dame. This is a more confident Notre Dame. You can't make any of that a reality till you win games like this. It's all there for you. It's all there for you. And the final thing I'm going to say is to the fan base is enjoy the build-up to this. Oftentimes, if you're a Notre Dame fan, once the game starts, it's not fun anymore. Enjoy the build-up to this. These opportunities are rare with all of these circumstances. Making this what it is. Enjoy the build-up. Embrace your stomach turning in knots and the feeling of anxiety and anticipation and what are we going to get and what's it going to be. Like at the baseline of it, that's why we're college football fans, is to feel that feeling. To feel that competitive feeling. That's why we all watch this stuff. And these weeks are rare. You cannot fake like the scenarios. This one's a big one. Notre Dame has a chance to change everything, but they got to do it on the field. And if they don't, then it means we're not there yet. And it's an indicator there's a lot more work to do and the roster isn't where you need to be yet. And Freeman's not fully developed, whatever it is. This is your litmus test. We are going to find out exactly where Notre Dame's at as a program this Saturday night. And I hope I like the answers to this quiz. Everybody enjoy it, man. This is going to be a fun build-up. And stay tuned. I got more content coming your way. Content Central this week, baby. I'll talk to you soon. Big week.